Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Bitcoin. Once again, thank you for your support. Okay, big up the CoinsKid crew, and to each and every single one of you, thanks for everything that you do to share the content. Sharing is caring on CoinsKid, and we really appreciate everything that you do, honestly. And the warm feedback in the community that we're growing in the Patreon, the Telegram, Twitter, Instagram. We need to look at TikTok as well, I've been told. But my partner, she's taking care of all that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's all good. It's all good, and hopefully, we can get a bit of a recovery here for Bitcoin. Now, I'm going to refer you to a video I made about a month ago, I think, when Bitcoin corrected from this overextended pattern here. The three peaks, the rising wedge, and then obviously the head and shoulders pattern right there. They give you a monster short opportunity just there. I did actually call this bottom. I called this 28k, and I said put some cheeky bids in down there, and right now you can see that, like I said to you so many times, okay, when you lose support, go short, and you can see at the moment that's 19% up. So Bitcoin's having a really good recovery at the moment, but we'll delve a little bit deeper into technical analysis. But what I'm just going to do is refer you to a previous video made about a month ago, telling you where Bitcoin was going, basically. And like I said to you, it's range bound. When you lose a swing high, you've got to target the swing low. If you can't get through that swing high, you've got to target the swing low as a retest of support. But what I'll do, I'll just show you the video right now, just for clarification. For those of you new to the channel, when Bitcoin was up here, trading up here, I said to you, lose support, go short, and potentially you're going to be looking at a retest of 28k right there. So I'll just play this bit of video to show you. As you can see right now with Bitcoin, our target was met out of this head and shoulders, wasn't it? And what a monster short that was for any of you that followed that prediction the other day. To be fair, I think I was the only YouTuber that was calling 43k when the pattern that's in play is valid until invalidated away. And I was telling you, be careful, because Bitcoin's on its way to 43k from this rising wedge pattern right here. It came down to 43k and then obviously lost the level of support right there, and obviously continued falling, basically. So right now you can see that Bitcoin carried out that head and shoulders pattern as well, which we told you about in the previous Bitcoin update. You got the left shoulder, the head, and then the right shoulder, and we said that when you lose a neckline, do go short, because when you lose support, go short. Okay, remember that. And you can see that was a whopping short trade right down there, and you can see absolutely met our target onto the T. Look at that, boom, look at that for a target. Okay, so remember, head and shoulders, it's the neckline down to from the head to the neckline, okay, of the support line of your neckline, basically. And once you lose that, where you lose it, that's your target. And look at that, absolutely knob on. So congratulations to each and every one of you that took that short on, okay, from CoinsKid. Amazing short right there. That was a whopping short. Let's have a look at that. That was around about 33% short on Bitcoin. Unbelievable. It was a setup, wasn't it? A Wyckoff distribution schematic, which we told you about as well, and we gave a link to Unaccomplished video right there to raise awareness. So that's good. It's all golden, effectively, and it's carried out that correction. But what I want to remind you of is that if we continue to not make headway and we lose a level of support, if we close the week below this particular level right here, you will see this 28,853 Bitcoin. Okay, you get something called dead cat bounces. Now, when you have a dead cat bounce, it basically, you have a low, it comes up, makes a high, and then rolls over again to retest the support. Sometimes it can be lower, and in this instance, this is where you could actually see the roll down to 28,853. So do anticipate that. You need to see Bitcoin close above 39,463. And the reason is because that is the Fibonacci retracement right there, okay? That's the golden ratio. And if you start to close below the golden ratio, you're creating a reversal wave, and I've already told you about that in a previous video, okay? So this big mega reversal wave, you can see it's sort of started it effectively. It's come over, found level of support, bounced up, hit a level of resistance, which I will show you where that level of resistance is in a moment. And then you can see effectively, if it doesn't continue to pick up, this is where you could see it roll over. And the confirmation to that fact is if you start to close below that on the weekly time frame, that's where you'll see a bit more of a larger correction for Bitcoin, coming back down to test this key level of support, which is this swing low, which is where the wave started from in the first place. Do you see that? And I think personally that is your rock bottom in this bull market for Bitcoin. I've not got a crystal ball, but I don't think you're going to go any lower than that if it does correct even more, so to speak. So so I think it was like the only YouTube channel, to be honest with you, showing this ABC correction for Bitcoin right there, and it was obviously the pattern as well. It was all tying up, okay? There was no avoiding the fact that Bitcoin was rolling over. You had bearish divergence on the RSI there as well, so it was all a big tick, and it couldn't be ignored, and effectively it's played out. But obviously this was a bit of a capitulation event that the cascade of selling took us down to that particular level. Now, why that level, you ask? Okay, why that particular level did it bounce? Because obviously you got the support off there. Do you see that? You got support off that previous swing low. But personally, I think it should have gone down to there. If I would have liked to have seen it bounce there, to be honest with you, because the fact is that it's not carrying out a big reversal wave, but it should have. That's just your reversal wave. Do you see that? So there's more of a confluencing factor that you are going to go lower and at least test this support once more, and that would be absolute fear in the market right there for Bitcoin and everyone included. In my opinion, optimal entry point right down there for Bitcoin. So obviously those couple of things didn't happen, and Bitcoin failed to close above this key level of resistance, which is the swing high. And like I said to you in the video, you've been caught between the swing low and the swing high, and you're range bound at the moment. Okay, now I'm not saying that Bitcoin's completely out of the woods, but it's showing strength. It's showing that it made a good recovery. Okay, and looking at the daily time frame as well, you've also got a divergence. Okay, a RSI divergence. So basically the price was falling, and yet the RSI, you're making higher lows. Do you see this? Effectively like this. So this is where you're seeing that sort of reversal at the moment, that pickup just there to validate the divergence on the RSI there. Okay, it's called a bullish divergence. Do you see that? So you've got higher lows, lower lows, sorry, in the price action, and then you've got higher lows in the RSI. So it's always indicative of a bit of reversal. Now obviously Bitcoin is not completely out of the woods just yet, and there is a potential that if we do lose this key level of support which we created for ourselves, this low now, this local low, okay, which is a previous swing low just there, if we do start to lose that, then obviously, like I've shown you so many times, you've got to target the previous swing high. There is a level of support and resistance just there. Okay, we'll look at that, but this is the main primary high. Do you see this? This is where a lot of range was, and trading was in this particular range. So with that, if you do start to see Bitcoin roll over any more and come under resistance, because you can see right now you've come back up into the channel, okay, you're in this bullish descending channel right there. So this is a good little structure that Bitcoin's got going on for itself. If you do break out of it, beautiful, but if you do start to hit your head on it as resistance, potentially coming lower and lose this 28k right here, you are looking at a 24,316 Bitcoin right there. And I would definitely put some cheeky bids in, because right there from this bottom just here, you know, if you'd have put some cheeky bids in down there at 28, you'd be 18% up right now for Bitcoin. So it's all good, it's all good. Okay, so it's not the recovery we want at the moment. It's progress. Basically, it is progress, and these are the things that we do need to see, obviously, in the market. But you can say we had a similar progress here, where we came down, we bounced up, we came down, we bounced up. We're still very, very range bound. Okay, now one key level of resistance we do need to break, obviously, is the daily 20. We do need to start seeing ourselves attack that and getting through it as resistance, turning back into support, because if we can, this is the recovery that we're looking for here for Bitcoin. Okay, if not, we are just going to be consolidating and very range bound with a potential to come down to this particular level. Now, a lot of people would say we're entering a bear market. Okay, perhaps we are entering a mini bear market, where we do sort of roll over, we consolidate, it goes sideways, it goes boring, it goes flat. Okay, and we hold key levels of support, right? Because like I said to you, there's two levels of support I'm going to show you right now. Okay, there's the previous swing high, which Bitcoin has never done. It's never ever fallen below the previous market cycle high in its history. Okay, so if it does start to fall below 20k, then that is very negative for Bitcoin. Now there is a big head and shoulders pattern that people are talking about as well, and I keep getting asked a lot of questions about this particular pattern. Basically, I think that this pattern is invalidated, to be honest with you, and I'll show you why right now, that this pattern is invalidated for Bitcoin, because, and I'll show you, simply because it sends Bitcoin into negative. Now a lot of people say, well, yeah, Bitcoin can go negative. Okay, so it's potentially something like this, isn't it, where people are drawing this monstrous sort of left shoulder, the head, and then this right shoulder, and if we lose support, go short effectively, something like that, isn't it? Okay, and you can see that if Bitcoin was to correct, okay, from this huge high up there and correct down, you could see it sends Bitcoin into negative. Okay, so I highly doubt that this pattern is in play, to be honest with you. You can see you're minus 2,602 per Bitcoin token if this pattern was to play out. So for me, this pattern is invalidated. I'm not saying it's not going to go lower, by the way. I'm still super bullish. I am super bullish. Like I said to you, I just think that Bitcoin got really overextended, okay, and there was a lot of manipulation at play, just like, you know, we've anticipated with the Wyckoff distribution here, and a lot of people are saying right now this is Wyckoff accumulation. We've entered the spring phase where we've dumped down to 28k. I've seen that, you know, I've gone over that pattern with you. Also, there's the three peaks in the domed house, which obviously we're in the basement at the moment before we start to move up. We've gone through all that with you as well, but personal opinion is we're just holding key levels of support. There is a particular pattern though. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you everything. I'm going to be fully transparent with you at all times, okay? I am anticipating more upside for Bitcoin, but I do think we're going to go a little bit flat and a little bit sideways for a little bit until we start to see breaking resistance. And the key resistance is obviously the daily 20. We need to see that broken. That's one of the most important reversal signals for me. We need to see this break with substance and volume, back test the support, and then most importantly get through the daily 55 EMA, because as you can see, once you start getting above the EMAs, the 20 especially, and you're dragging it over your shoulder, you're in an uptrend. And if you're not doing that, you're not in an uptrend. So this is what we need to see at the minute. Consolidation, caught between a range, chop 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 sideways, holding support, testing resistance, support resistance, support resistance, you know, between this swing high and this swing low. If we can range in there and get range bound, that's great, because we are holding a key level support, and I did say I would show you that, didn't I? So let's look to the weekly time frame right here for Bitcoin, okay? And like I've shown you before, not this chart, I'm going to look at a different chart for Bitcoin. Yeah, so like I said to you before, you know, that Bitcoin is holding this key level of support, which it's done in previous bull markets, okay? In previous bull markets, it's never lost that support for continuation. It's a 1272. A lot of people, it's a 0618 retracement, because obviously I'm using log chart. It's slightly different with my Fibonacci retracement tool here. So you can see that when it breaks the cycle top just there, and you create the cycle bottom, you drop on your fibs, and it gives you all your extensions, okay, and your predictions. And right now you can see, as we've discussed many times before, Bitcoin ran into a brick wall, didn't it? The 1618 came back to support, and it's holding this key level support, the 1272, okay, round about 32870. You're not losing it. You're not closing below that, are you, at the moment? On the weekly especially, you're above strong support, and this is confluence of the fact that potentially, you know, if you're going sideways, you're still in a bull market, okay? You're consolidating, you're basically building up steam for the next leg up, and you only have to look at the previous cycles to see that, okay? And this is what I've discussed with you before many a times. I've shown you, okay, you're holding the 1272. Now a lot of people said here that you've come up and you hit the head on 1414, and you've already retested the 1272 as support. But if you look at the previous cycles as well, okay, Bitcoin did exactly the same, where it came up and it rolled back to the 1272, went up, come back to the 1272 again before continuation in the bull run right there. So it is playing out, and these are the things you need to look at. The signals and the holding of support is most important. And like I've said to you, at the moment you're doing something like this. If you can continue to range in this support like this, you're going to get the EMAs come together on the weekly, and you're going to force the EMA squeeze right there. And at that point you are going to see Bitcoin pop out to the upside, obviously, which is what we all want, or alternatively pop out to the downside and enter that bear market. Until I get that signal, I'm not calling a bear market, okay? I'm still calling a bull market, because you're holding support, key level of support, which with the price cycles shows that if you hold that, you're good for continuation, okay? So yeah, and like I said to you, you know, Bitcoin in the past has got to these particular targets. There's so many metrics and so much TA out there that I'm seeing that's saying we're looking at 200k. You're looking at Wyckoff accumulation, you're looking at three peaks in a domed house. There's all sorts of stuff at play that says to me we're looking at a 200k Bitcoin, okay? And just here we've got really overextended, we're rolling back, holding support, continuation. I'll always tell you what I see, okay? Until I see us falling below these EMAs, especially the 55 on the weekly, like I've shown you so many times, okay? If you start to fall below that and you're losing this key level of support here, the 1272 Fibonacci extension just there, and you're starting to hit your head on the 55, and you're consistently hitting your head as resistance, boom, see you later, alligator. You're rolling back and you're entering a bear market. Until that time comes, I'm not calling a bear market. And some people will say I'm mad, and some people will say I'm crazy, but I called the 28k dump a month ago when you was up at 50k or something like that, I think. You know, so all I do, honestly, I'm not feeding you no spiel. All I do is tell you what I see, okay? And it is simply that, okay? And a lot of people don't understand that. But if we start to lose this key level of support right here, okay, we do start to close below the 55 weekly EMA for Bitcoin, and also we lose the 1272 and we're closing it below that on the weekly, yeah, we're going down, afraid, and I will be completely transparent and honest with you. Okay, so that's something that we're anticipating. Until that time comes, I'm still bullish, effectively. So yeah, I mean, we are getting a nice recovery for Bitcoin at the minute, aren't we? And it's looking relatively strong. I mean, just look at the wick here, and this is what I said to you about the wicks at the bottom. When you look at previous levels where we've bounced, look at the wicks. The wicks are always indicative of the support there. Look at that amazing support right there for Bitcoin. Okay, them wicks, that powerhouse of buying right there. Okay, and you can look when you're in a downtrend, you're getting the massive wicks on the top, pushing you down. Do you see that? And like when you're getting your nice recoveries, you're getting these lovely wicks at the bottom, showing you that the support is right there for Bitcoin. So it's all good. It's all good so far. And obviously we've got the bullish divergence playing out on the daily as well. So watch this space. I'm not saying we're not going to go lower, okay, but I do say, I'm going to be honest with you, if we do start to go below the 50, start hitting ahead, then yeah, that's your signal, because you're going to create a bearish cross right there. And like I said to you, you start painting that signal on the weekly time frame. Okay, you're making lower highs, you're losing structure. See you later, alligator. You're going to reverse, aren't you? And you're going to enter a bear market down here, which obviously, as you're fully aware, if you stick with the channel, when we do enter the bear market and we do find that bottom and we do paint the buy and go to the beat signal just here from CoinsKid, or just here like that, that's when the original bull run started. We went up, we consolidated, then Corona dump, because this is the bull run starting just here. Do you see this cross just here, the buy and go to the beat signal from CoinsKid? This is what gave me the signal to lay down the fibs in 2019. Okay, look at that, 20th May 2019, I was able to lay down the fibs, and I'll show you exactly what I did. Just for those that are new to the channel and don't know how this works, okay, I'm going to show you everything. I'll always show you everything. I don't know why YouTubers are not showing you these things, but I'll just show you more. It's no secret. Okay, so basically I'll tidy this up. So what you do, you come to your chart, okay? So say we're into the bear market, just here, Bitcoin topped out, which you know you've entered your bear market, you're rolling over, you're under the EMAs, yeah, boom, confirmation, you're in a bear market, you've got this signal here, okay, yeah, that's absolutely conclusive, we're in a bear market, there's no avoiding that, and this is what I'm waiting for here. If we do start to get this signal, yeah, bear market, okay? Obviously, the precursor is you're under the 55, you're in your head, like I've told you so many times, precursor, you're hitting your head, you can't come up for air, you're making lower highs like that, yeah, okay, at the minute, you're still retaining some kind of market structure at the moment before we call the bear market. So what you do, you come to your charts when you think you've got your bottom, you've created this signal just here. Do you see this? Create this signal, and what you do, you lay down your fib like that and you drop it in, and you can see way back there when we got that signal in 2019, May 2019, I was able to come to the chart and say Bitcoin is going to 61K before it hits its head and rolls over for support. Okay, and also with that you've got the projection of 2.272 as well, which in all the previous bull runs for Bitcoin it has got to. Okay, and in all the previous bull runs for Bitcoin it's hit its head on the 1618 and come back to the 1272 as support. Okay, so that's basically it. That it really is that simple. As long as we hold support, we're looking good for continuation right here for Bitcoin. So what I'm going to do is jump into the hourly time frame to see what we can see for Bitcoin. Okay, so with Bitcoin here then, we have got a couple of nice little reversal patterns. We've got this sort of inverse head and shoulders pattern which was forming just here. Okay, and there is a breakout target of this. I did post this on Twitter. Okay, you've got this level of resistance just here. So you've got the left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. And if you do break that level of resistance, there is a target, okay? Because it's a nice reversal pattern, just like that. Do you see that? So that's a nice reversal, and you could be looking at a 37K Bitcoin if it continues to appreciate right here. There is also obviously another little pattern which I've posted on Twitter as well, because there's all sorts of patterns in patterns, and we are looking for key reversal patterns. And the fact is, you have to start forming a reversal somewhere, don't you? Okay, so we've got this nice little bottom at the moment. We're starting to pick up. We're above the EMAs. Now there is this sort of reversal pattern as well. There's this kind of rising wedge that's on the go here for Bitcoin. Okay. You see this? We do need to see this broken, because if it doesn't get broken, you're looking at reversal here for Bitcoin coming back down to where it came from. Do you see this? It's rising wedge. It looks great, but as it's going up, it's tightening. If it doesn't break this resistance and loses this support, this is where you could see Bitcoin come back down to where it formed the wedge, and you could be looking at a retest of this low just here. So do anticipate that. You know, I can't give you this level of resistance or support because obviously it changes. So if Bitcoin does something like this, rising wedge like this, looks good. But if it loses support, go short just there, because you will be looking at a retest of this low for Bitcoin, okay? And from there, right there, if it does lose support, you're looking at a further 15% correction for Bitcoin. Now, if it does, obviously continue with the trend, because you've got that lovely little inverse head and shoulders pattern just there, okay, which I've just shown you, and the target's 38k. Now if it does continue, this is where you can see Bitcoin continue and break out of this resistance right here, and this is where you could be looking at that 37k Bitcoin, okay, wherever it breaks out. Do you see this? So do keep an eye on that. So we need it to break, don't we? We need to break resistance up here for the continuation and carry out the inverse head and shoulders pattern right there. So that's basically Bitcoin. Not much else I can say than just watch this space, to be honest with you, and that's it. And hopefully right now, I've called the bottom. I've called the bottom a month ago, and we're not going to go any lower than this. But I do anticipate a potential double bottom retest down here if we do lose support. Okay, lose support, go short. That's simply it. Take care, everyone. I'll be back tomorrow with an update on Bitcoin. Stay strong, stay healthy, stay tuned, and thanks again. Once again, thank you for your continued support across the board here for Bitcoin and CoinsKid. Okay, take care, everyone. Bye bye.